All right, welcome everyone. So I think I set the start date to 11 p.m., which is obviously in 12 hours. So I'm a little bit earlier. I'm getting my coffee. Listen to the sound. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. All right, guys. Hope you guys are doing good. Welcome everyone. We got Operator and Andre, Tony, Ernie. Good. Awesome. So today we're going to do some live trading. I'm just going to go through the market, see if we can find anything interesting. And yeah, that's it. We have some interesting moves on Bitcoin happening today. So this is you can see PrimeXBT here. I have started the 10K account on PrimeXBT. Well, now it's 12K. You can see right here I have trade open on SandUSD. By the way, guys, if you like what I'm doing here, if you want to support me, you can use the link in the description below to sign up on PrimeXBT using the code LiBZ42, and it will give you a up to a 7K deposit bonus. And I also have a code where you can get 25% of the trading fees if you use, I believe it's LiBZ25 off. Check it out. You get the links and everything in the description below. And also, I got something interesting going on. So check this out. This is... You can go to my profile on Twitter, and you'll see something new, right? And it is a newsletter, right? So you can go to my Twitter page and you can check that out. And I will release the first issue of a completely free weekly newsletter starting today. It's going to be released this evening, I believe. And the idea with that newsletter is it's going to be forever free, completely free, once a week, going to be released every Friday. And the idea is to give you guys some insights from my trading week, right? What have I learned from this trading week? Maybe some trade reviews, some journal reviews, and that sort of stuff. So I think it's going to be highly educational for you guys to kind of follow along and see what I do on a daily basis, but then kind of compressed into a weekly lesson of sorts. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, so let's see, the CAD JPY trade that I entered a little bit earlier. The idea here is quite simple, right? You have a pretty decent uptrend here. It just goes, we get higher highs and higher lows. It's following the... isn't it amazing that this is how most markets are moving, right? You see the higher lows and the higher highs, and it's just picture perfect. I just recorded the video. It's going to be released next week. We talked about the market structure and this this break-in retest right here. And it's pretty amazing, that this is just the way market moves. Like when it starts trending, it's just so obvious, and it's pretty easy to get in on the trades, right? You see right here, you have, it doesn't have to be that simple. You have a trend that kind of goes like this, right? Obviously, it's not perfect. Doesn't look like this one right here. This one is just an educational example. Obviously, quite perfect. But I like how this goes, right? I really like how this goes. Another thing I wanted to show you is I do have something very interesting to announce to you guys in the near-term future, in a month or so, maybe 1 or 2 months. And I've been setting up alerts using an indicator here, and I'm in the process of setting this up right here, and I'm connecting this to a site called Alertron, and then that's going to be forwarded to a Discord server. And currently it looks like this, right? So you'll see here that today we had an alert on the bot called RLZ Slingshot Alerts, and that's the system I'm trading, right? The system that I've created, the trading system I've created, is called the RLZ Slingshot. And here you can see you have an alert from that signal on AUDCHF that came in just 5 minutes ago. So let's look at that one. we got ADCHF right here, and these are the long and short signals of the indicator that's going to be available in that channel. And basically what this is, it's not an indicator where you're going to buy and sell the signals, right? It's an indicator where it's an alert tool, right? Because basically I've tried to make an indicator out of my system, right? So what happens is, I have an alert on this one right here, and it will basically tell me that it's now time to look at the chart, right? So look at sand here, for example. Let's add that indicator on here. Go to the 4-hour. We're gonna add on the indicator. You look at this, right? It's just So that's the trade I am in, or we are in. I don't know if you follow that one. Look at the signals, right? Obviously, these signals right here, this is terrible. These short signals here, terrible. And same with this long signal. Well, that's a pretty good signal, but it failed, right? And these short signals, absolutely terrible. Well, actually, that's a good signal, but it failed as well. So the idea here is to, like, you get a long signal, and you then open up the chart to see, is this signal confluent with the levels and the indicators, and is it confluent with the RLZ slingshot trading system? If yes, you take the trade. Simple as that. So my goal here is, because there's a lot of trades here which are actually gives very good signals and are confluent with the system. So my goal here is to get rid of the time it takes to scan the markets. I'm all about efficiency. I'm all about simplicity. You guys know I always say, simplicity is the key to success, while perfection is enemy of progress, right? So you want to, like, keep it simple. You go with the flow of the markets, right? And I'm just going to use that Discord channel, and that's going to be my sole number one place where I will pick up my trades, basically. So I don't have to do, like, every week, right? Every week on the weekends I go through this this list here in the Forex market. I got some cryptos here as well, but I don't really look at these crypto pairs. I mainly look at the Forex market and the commodities and the indices. And then I have of course, you look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then I have a list here with 200 pairs of altcoins that I go through on a weekly basis, and sometimes I have to do it on a daily basis. I have to update myself on a weekly basis. I get a list of the interesting ones, and that list I go through on a daily basis, right? So it's a lot of work. And please, God, let this hit TP1 so I can post a tweet on Twitter, and we're going to be loved by all, hopefully. And cat GPY looks like shit here. I don't like it, but still, I like sand. So that's the idea with the indicator, right? I used to have myself a nice trading tool, a scanner tool, so I don't really need to have to. And the good thing about using Alertatron, right, which is this one right here, the good thing with using Alertatron is you can get a chart in here as well. So you enter a URL or whatever, and you'll get the chart here as well, right? So you don't even have to pull up TradingView. You can just have Discord. You get a notification on Discord, pull up the alert or the notification on Discord, and you're going to see a chart, right? So a great example of that would be Rune. I know I'm just talking about indicator, but I'm so excited about this. I just really like this. You look at Rune right here. Now this is a perfect example, right? Because what is the system? What's the system is all about? Well, you first identify an area of interest, right? So an area of interest here would be, definitely the daily 50 EMA right here. So that's the daily 50 EMA. There's the gray dotted one. And then you have the 20 EMA in the 4-hour, which is the solid blue one. And you want that stochastics to be confluent as well. You add the fib levels right here. So where do you want price to bounce? Well, inside the reload zone. Where is the reload zone? The reload zone is right here. The entry trigger for this particular trade would be a bullish engulfing candle. That's right there. And that's the long signal. So you get a notification on Discord, and it's like, oh, it's possible long on Rune. You check the chart and like, holy shit, it's a good setup, right? So you go long here. Stops below the reload zone, and that would be the trade, and TP1 would already have been hit. Now, I missed this trade yesterday. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. I missed this trade yesterday. Maybe also because the candle closed at 6 in the morning. I am awake at that time, but I'm not trading. But if I do wake up and I see a notification on Discord that this candle closed at 6 a.m., maybe I see it 6:30, it's still going to be a possible trade, because if you go into 1 hour, the candle, let's see, the candle closed at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then that would be, no, did it really close 6 a.m.? Or did it close at 10 a.m.? Never mind, who cares? Can we buy your indicator? All right, so you can't buy the indicator, but that brings me to the next point I want to talk to you guys about. So you guys know I left the Burb Nest about a month ago, right? And I really liked my time in the Burb Nest, and the traders in the Burb Nest are absolutely fantastic, and I'm very happy for Burb giving the opportunity to become great at what I do. But I felt like I slowly but surely kind of grow out of the Burb Nest, and I felt like we were kind of heading in two different directions. And I want to create a place for my followers, right? I want to create a place for my followers where we can talk about trading, and where we can, where I can focus on teaching every single member of the community my trading system. And I have a dream and a goal of having a community where we trade. We don't only trade the same system, but we develop the same system and we perfect the same system. Sort of like how a not a prop firm, but maybe a prop firm where everyone has the same system and we help each other grow. We develop the system and we trade as a group and a community, and we really become a family, right? And that's only really possible if we have something small, right? It's not possible with 1,000 or 2,000 members. That's not going to be a family. That's going to be a town, and there's going to be a lot of different people, a lot of different personalities, a lot of different systems. I want to be laser focused on trading one way and one way only, and making sure that that's the best possible way of trading these markets, and then creating tools for that type of trading, right? And I do believe that my system is actually quite good, right? And it fits most people because you can trade it on many different time frames. So that's my goal. So I do have something lined up. I'm already working on it. I've been working on it for a while, and my goal is to announce the exact details of this later next month. And of course, like, it's not going to be for everyone, and not everyone is going to be able to get in, because it's going to be limited seats, right? Quite limited seats. And the indicator, so to answer this question, the indicator is going to be obviously available in there. It's going to be like a subscription service where you get the indicator, other tools, and we with the goals of creating a trading family where we trade together, and we make sure that it's not a signal service. It's a place where, like, I don't care about providing signals or trade. I only care about providing the tools necessary for you guys to find the signals, right? To find the trades. So I don't care about you guys following my trades. I only care about you guys finding those trades on your own and taking your trades yourself, right? That's the only way of trading. Signal services, they suck, right? You're never going to you will never get to where you want to go with a signals service. We all know that. Yet we all try it out, because it is what it is, but we're never going to get to where we want to go with a signal service, that's for sure. It's the only way of trading is to trade independently. All right, so right now we are in sand, right? And it's looking decent. I'm hoping it's going to hit TP1 so we can move our stops to entry right here. The other one we are in is AUD, it's CAD JPY. And I want to take a couple of minutes to talk about this trade right here, why I perhaps some mental problems I had to deal with when entering this trade, right? So with my system, or with the way I'm trading, there's two ways of entering a trade. The first one is entering on the immediate reaction inside the reload zone. I posted a tweet with I believe 4 different scenarios of how to time a bottom inside the reload zone, and basically you pick the one which makes sense to you. You pick the one where your personality and trading style align the most with. The way I traded this trade is a valid way of trading the system, but it's not the way I personally should be trading it. Some people have great results with this because they're consistent with this, but I don't like it because of this very reason right here. So the idea is that price comes down into the let me answer this question first before we go forward. So do you have a video explaining all the stuff you use for confidence? How do you identify the reload zone? Any fib levels that are more significant than others? Yeah, I do have stuff for that, and that is I'm actually working on something. I promised myself not to announce it too early, but like I'm working on a program where it's basically a program where the student of the program gets to join a program that lasts for a certain time, and in that program I will teach the students everything about the system, right? Everything about the system in every little detail, not only about the system, but how you can backtest the system and develop the system and adjust it to your own liking and create a system based on my system. And in that program, I will, and it's going to be, I think it's only going to be like 10 people at a time, because I want to have that class feeling, right? So in that program, I will go through how I backtest, how I created the system, how I journal all the trades, and how to kind of continue trading the system and developing the system after the program. So I don't have, I do have videos on my YouTube channel, like 5 to 10 minute videos showing you kind of the overview or the basics of these things, but the webinars and program is over 1 hour explaining these concepts, and it's going to be way too long to create a YouTube video for those concepts. But because I can't just spend 5-10 minutes explaining these concepts, it requires many different types of videos in a sequence and a layer of content to understand the the relationship between all of these indicators. But let me go through this example right here, and kind of let me go through the thought process of entering this trade. Let's see, have I entered this into my trading journal? Let's see if I have. So you'll see right here, I've just started a new journal, which is it's not going great. We started it, and the win rate is, as you can see right here, the win rate is at this point. So I started that 10K, what I had in the account at that point, which was 12K. So I started the journal, which I'm going to go through completely publicly, right? Which is, I think it's a good thing that I started losing. So you can look right here, my win rate obviously 0%. I had 2 losers. I have not entered the CAD JPY trade, so let's do that, right? So here's the trade on CAD JPY. Let's enter a trade right here. So I entered this one. When did I enter that one? I entered it today at why can't I see the time here? I entered it at 9:30. So let's do 9:30, right? So 9:30, and this the instrument was CAD JPY, and this is a long, and the setup I used was an RLZ slingshot system. I'm going to save the screenshot of the moment of entry. which was here. Save screenshot here, and we're gonna enter a right. So we're gonna that one. That's the screenshot of the setup. And let's enter the details of this as well. Now I'm going to show you something important, right? If you're entering your details here of the trade, like whatever you're doing when you're journaling, the take profit here is not the last one. The take profit is the average exit of this trade, which is going to be around here for 3. So you have to enter the average exit of the trade and not the last TP, because that's obviously going to be not going to give you the right results when looking at these statistics. So we go to advanced trade details. We have entry comments is, well, you know what? Entry comments is actually according to plan, right? But I'm going to write some notes here, and you're going to see. So what's the confluence on this? It's stochastics RSI. All right, stochastics RSI bull cross below 30. All good. It's a reload zone trade. It's the 4-hour 50 EMA and also the weekly open. Order type was a market confirmed, and fibs hit none at this point. It was a legacy trade, and TPs no trend with daily EMAs and a clear trend. Type of trend is a swing. So now let's go to the comment, the notes here, right? So what I'm going to write here is I'll write, I decided to take this trade based on the 4-hour bullish engulfing candle inside the RLC with the test of the 4-hour 50 EMA. I didn't feel great about the fact that the 4-hour 20 EMA was acting as resistance right on the 0.5 fib. A break and retest of the 0.5 might have been better. I also had a tighter stop loss than what I initially planned. All right, so let's go through this. That's the trade, right? So let's go through this. And what I meant here is, you see right here on the entry, right? So I entered on this candle right here. Quite like this candle, right? I like the fact it was a nice, strong, bullish candle inside the reload zone with a bounce here. Everything looks perfect. The only problem I'm having with this is the fact that, by the way, guys, if you like this type of content where I'm basically, you know, showing you everything, it's because it's quite personal. I'm showing you the trade journal here I have set up for PrimeXBT. I'm at a 0% win rate. I'm losing money at this point, but it's only 3 trades. But it's like I'm doing this because I want to show you what trading, like what real trading is all about. There's not going to be a lot of traders out there that really shows you the exact details of everything they're doing in the market. So if you like this, please consider hitting that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. So what I didn't really like here was the fact that you had some sort of resistance area right here. So this is the first way of trading my system, right? You go long inside the area, like the first area of interest. But then the secondary part of entering would be to wait for a break and retest up to 50, right? So you first have the confirmation inside the reload zone. That's the first confirmation. You can either enter on that one like I did here, or you wait for a break and retest up to 50. Why do you want to wait for a break and retest up to 50? Because usually the 50% fib will act as resistance, especially if the 20 EMA in the 4-hour is confluent with that level. So look what happens here. Well, this is where we are trading right now. And that 50%, the 20 EMA, worked perfectly as resistance. So this is why I don't like using the first version of the system. But it's like a lot of my students actually have great success with using the first version of the entry trigger. And then when it comes to the stop loss placement here, like, why did I place the stop loss here? I don't know. Like, well, I do know, because I want my average R of the trade to be 3, which is just such a retarded move, because it makes no sense from a price action perspective. Why would I want to have my stop loss right on the 50 EMA on the 4-hour and above these lows? Obviously, the best stop loss level would be below the weekly open. Obviously, right? This is completely obvious. So I made a huge mistake right there. First of all, I should have waited for break and retest after 50, and the stop loss is way too tight. So I kind of fucked up on that one right there, which is amazing, right? Because I know this, right? So we keep making these mistakes over and over again, right? And I do believe that lately I've been mentally, I've been very stressed, because the product that I'm building is, I've started my own business, building my own product. It's amazing the amount of work you have to be doing when you start your own business. Doesn't matter what type of business, it's just insane amount of work every hour of the day. So trading is really hard for me at this point. So right now, because of the mental stress, I do believe my win rate has gone down to like 40%, right? And I believe that when I'm doing everything perfectly, I have, the win rate of the system would then be around 60%. So if I didn't make these because this might get stopped out or might not, but what would be terrible if for price to hit my stop loss here and then move up, right? There's a possibility. That's why I don't want my stop loss right here. But I do believe like this is a great example, right? Like you have a system, right? So imagine you have a system that's like at 60 or 70% win rate when back testing. You should remove 10% of that win rate when going live, and then what determines if the win rate of the system will keep being that good is your mentality. What's your mental state of mind? Because that mental state of mind will determine if you are going to take these make these mistakes or not, right? So if you make a lot of mistakes like this, the win rate will go down, the profitability will obviously go down. So when live trading, that's a huge thing with determining your win rate of the system, your mental edge, right? And right now my mental edge is not where it should be. However, you look at this journal right here, I'm only down 1%. 2 losers, I'm only down 1%, right? So that is where risk management comes in. Risk management, we use risk management to be able to survive these sudden instances of retardedness, if you will. That's why we use risk management, right? All right, so enough of that. Let's do a market scan here to see if we can find anything interesting. Let's just go through the altcoin market quickly to see if we have any long signals. We have one on 1 inch right here, but that's not really looking good. Preferably we'll want something above. You can I would recommend you go to my Twitter profile right now. I believe you can sign up to I believe you can sign up to the newsletter. Yeah, right here. Just go to my Twitter profile, twitter.com/LiBZ42, and you will be able to hit that subscribe button right here, and you can subscribe to my newsletter. And I'm gonna have everything ready for you guys in the newsletter if you're looking to perhaps join the program when that is set up. And I will also have a lower tier. I will have 2 tiers, one for the program, which is going to be the upper part, and then one lower tier, which is going to be like a more simple version of the program for the, like it's you pick whatever you choose works for you, right? Anyway, let's go through the I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. So let me know if you if you need any help with anything, you have any, just let me know in the comments if you want me to watch anything or need help with anything. Let's go through. So you see you have Cardano gave a very nice long signal here as well, and this would actually be confluent with the well, kind of, maybe not really. All right, so let's get rid of that one. I want something that's kind of giving us a long signal right now. So we got Algo. This is a tricky one. It's a tricky one for sure. Not really perfect. Imagine just having these signals in the Discord. I don't like, now I'm scanning for the signals, which is good as well. But imagine just having this in Discord. I would just not even be having to go through this list. Atom. I'm going to show you something interesting on Atom, right? So I actually do have like a soft launch of a very small version of the program. I have a very few numbers of students that I'm talking to and helping them trade. And I want to show you something, right? I'm going to show you something on Atom. This is fun. So here I had a student yesterday telling me that there's a confirmed trade on Atom, right? So she's telling me, all right, check this out. There's a confirmed trade on Atom. Looks pretty good. And I recorded like a 15 minute long video why I believe that the best way of trading this would be to wait for the break and retest up to 50%. But now look at the difference of this one and the CAD JPY charts. On the CAD JPY chart I showed you earlier, the 20 minute 4 hour were complement with that resistance, while here it's actually above, right? So I said like, don't take this trade, wait for the break and retest. Now what happened? What do you think happened? Right after this candle close on Atom yesterday, boom, it exploded. Just exploded. So this is a good reason and a good example of where you don't want to have that break and retest up to 50, where an immediate entry inside the reload zone could be a fantastic entry as well. Let's see. I'm gonna check some stuff here. All right, guys, please like the video. If you haven't liked the video, hit that like button. It's way too few likes than what I normally have on live, so I gotta keep reminding. I don't want to remind, but let's like the video to get that algo working. All right, so CAD JPY doing its thing. Let's do a quick another. Ooh, that one looks good. Audio. Well, it's too close to the daily 50. This one is good. Like you can see when scanning through the altcoin market that everything kind of looks the same here. Everything looks very similar. And at this point it's all about Bitcoin. And I'm in sand with half a percent risk, so I can actually enter a new trade with half a percent again. Cake, that's interesting. Let's add that to the green list. Let's continue. Ooh, Cello, did you see that one? Holy shit, look at that. We came down and retested that level almost perfectly. Now that's interesting. We're gonna add that one. All right, I'm just gonna go through this list and we're gonna have a green list that we're gonna. I also like the fact that this indicator, because it's just small signals, it loads quite quickly, right? So it loads very quickly, so I don't have to wait. Tried other indicators and it's like loads very slowly, so I'll have to wait for. Oh man, check that out. That's a beautiful retest. It's a little bit too low. Let's see, how much do I have left? Oh man, it's like 200 pairs. No way I'm gonna go through this whole list right here. No way. DGB looks pretty good. All right, so let's do Matic. Matic. Wow, look at that. It's a beautiful long signal right there on Matic. And Matic looks seriously strong right here. Yeah, definitely adding that to the green list. All right, let's continue here. All right, so the goal today is before the live stream is over, I'm going to be entering one trade. And I'm going to be entering that trade. If it's not a perfect trade, I'm going to be entering it with very low risk. And if it's a really good trade, I'm going to be entering it with 1% risk as usual. If it's an altcoin, I'm going to be entering that one with half a percent risk, because I'm already in the sand trade. And it's going to be traded on PrimeXBT. So if you want, like, God damn it, I'm getting this spam in the chat. Fill life with emotions. Find love. Naked HD. Interesting. This indicator is, so if you want information on the indicator, go to my Twitter profile go to my Twitter profile and sign up to the newsletter. So you can find it right on twitter.com/LiBZ42. Sign up to the newsletter and you will get some information on the indicator and the newsletter. All right, so what do you think about Phil, Bet, and ENG? Let's take a look. I do think that it's Filecoin is in a range. Not interested in Filecoin until it breaks range highs at around 6.2 or something like that. VET is VET is looking good. So I'm adding that to the green list right here. VET looks really good. I would like to go long on the next retrace or like the next sequence of this trade, if you will. So VET is definitely a possible long going forward. ENG. What is ENG doing? I like ENG as well with the fact that it's above the daily 50. This looks really, really good right here. So I would definitely keep this on my radar as well. So thank you for those recommendations. Not really sure, like I don't have a trade right here, but I might have a trade in the short-term future. So I'm just removing that. That's a weird chart. Vero, that's weird as well. Let's remove that one. And we'll remove that one as well. And this one. Anything that just looks untradeable with a lot of wicks and stuff, I just want to remove it from the watch list. FTT looks pretty strong. I'm adding that to the green list as well. Fun. You know what? I'll remove that one. GRT. Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful long signal. I like that one. GTO. I'm surprised how. So actually, this indicator was created like 2 years ago, I believe, and I haven't really used it much. I kind of found it, and I'm like, let's check it out. And it's surprisingly works surprisingly well when it actually works. Let's remove that one. All right, so we got H bar. But I'm really looking forward to when all of this is set up and I don't really have to do this anymore. UTK, let's look at that one. If you look at the daily, kind of looks like a break and retest of the range highs right here. So it does look very good on the daily. I would look for a reclaim of the daily 50 EMA here at least before I start getting interesting. Oh man, I'm talking too much. My coffee's cold. All right. I've upgraded from having a very small to a very big, whatever it's called, like thermo whatever. So now I can get like 20 cups of coffee. So I've decided to stop drinking coffee after around lunch, around 1. So I'll have to kind of fill up. So I'm doing like 20 cups of coffee instead of 4. And then after 1, after 2, around 3, I completely crash. It's weird. It's weird what we're doing. All right, so a break and retest of the daily 50 EMA here on UTK would be good. Ray. Yeah, so on Ray, we are seeing a resistance area here, conflict with the weekly open. So I'd say this is the level we need to reclaim on Ray for a move higher. So a break and retest of maybe the area around 0.95. Yeah, probably around 0.95. I like that. Sounds like my son is getting ready to raid the office. All right, we got Uni. It's a Uniswap, yeah. All right, so let's look at Uni. Wow, that's very strong. Very strong. I'm gonna add that to the green list as well. That looks very good. All right, I have... ICP looks interesting. Yeah, I'll take a look at. Yeah, I'll do a couple of more. Just let me know what you want to look at, and I'll take a look at those charts in a minute. IOTX. looks strong. All right. Whatever happened to Komodo? I believe this was a very promising. I remember trading this in 2017. It was supposed to be a very promising product. Link looks good. All right, I'm not gonna look at any more altcoins here. So let's look at the charting requests right here. Rose. Yeah, I mean, this looks really good. I mean, that retest right here is looking really good. I do think that the entry might be late. However, there might be a possible entry if there's like a bounce around 0.56, 0.056, but still, I'm not sure. But that's a pretty good level. If you look at the 4 hour, it looks pretty interesting, right? So perhaps something like this, a retest of that level, and to test these highs. And I like the fact that the highs here are confluent with the daily 50 EMA, right? So that's pretty good. So there might be a trade here on Rose. All right, EGLD. Oh man, I had some really good trades on EGLD. I remember, I believe this was last year or the year before. I had like a 5x on EGLD, like an insane trade. I remember it very vividly. Yeah, I remember. I believe it was part of this move right here. Got in on that one quite early. All right, so EGLD. I'm not really seeing much here on EGLD. It's ranging, so not a lot of interesting stuff going on here for EGLD. I would say a break and retest or break above the daily 50 would be the first opportunity to kind of trade this. All right, so let's look at BNB. Yeah, BNB looks really good here, and that retest of the daily 50 and the 4 hour 50 EMA is looking really good. So, but it's like these moves that we're seeing right now, it's just too late to enter. We should have entered these yesterday, right? Yesterday morning, my time, yesterday morning. So today's too late. We need to wait for either a break and retest or some type of preferably a break and retest, right? Because we want to see this trend continue like this, and we want to get in here, just like we would have gotten in here. So it's today, like we're probably not going to be entering any trades on altcoin today because it's just too late. So let's go over the forex market to see if we can find anything interesting. So ADCAD, not really. There's not going to be any trades here. ADJPY, nothing here. CHFJPY. Nope. Oh, wow. There's no short here. So let's see. I'm just looking for something obvious, and if I can't find anything obvious, there's not going to be any trades today if I can't find anything super obvious, especially in the forex market. But I will take a trade live today before we end the stream, and if it's not perfect, we'll just do a very low risk one. This is a good one. I like this. I'm not going to trade it, but it's definitely an interesting area right here. Interesting. But no trade on that one. This could be quite interesting. But it's Friday today, so it's probably not going to be entering anything unless it's very, very obvious. Interesting. Like, there's a lot of interesting movements here. You can see on NASDAQ here, for example. No, this is not NASDAQ. This is the US 30. Wall Street is, is that the Dow Jones? I can't remember. Yeah. That one's looking good. That is look at that long signal on Bitcoin here. Looking very good. That's a decent long signal, actually. All right, so that's the legacy markets. Now let's go to the altcoin market. Let's go to the green list right here, and we are going to categorize this second list with the best ones. All right, so stock market has been pumping last 3 days. I would assume Nasdaq is nuking soon, as most big tech companies have to give their quarterly reports next week. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. If the reports are bad, obviously, yeah, we're not going to see bullish price action. So that kind of makes sense. And yeah, if the situation in Ukraine gets better, that would be a huge risk on Catalyst. Let's actually take a look at the news, see what we have going today. Today we have, well, everything's done. We have next week, I believe, we have the FOMC. Yes, so we have the Federal Reserve's interest rate decision here on the 27th, which is what day that is. I honestly have no idea what day that is. It's on Wednesday, perhaps. Is it on Wednesday? So it's Friday, it's a Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we have the Fed interest rate decision, which is a huge thing. And also, if you're trading the Forex market, you have the AUD inflation rate. So there's next week, there's a lot of stuff going on. Next week is going to be huge. And end of the month, we have the GDP growth rate for Germany. We have the core inflation rate for the coming out of the European Central Bank, I believe. We got inflation rate for Germany. So next week, I would just say, we're gonna get some big moves next week. I believe that next week we're gonna see if this trend is going to continue or not. So the trend that we're seeing this week, the bullish moves that we are seeing today, my gut feeling is it's going to get faded next week. So we're going to be seeing continued bearish price action next week. But that doesn't mean we can't trade the move that's happening right now. And I'm already in 2 positions, so I'm probably gonna, if the market allows for it, I'm gonna keep them open next week, and I'm probably not gonna enter any more trades next week, just because of what's going on with the news events next week, right? All right, so let's see. Do we have anything interesting going on in terms of news? Never mind. All right, so here we have a few new ones. See, we moved that up to the second list, and now we're going to go through this second list, and we're going to see which ones are we going to add to the first list as the most interesting altcoins. So we got Sand, which it's a one because it's an open trade. Comp actually looks interesting, but not really. All right, so let's see here. We got XMR. Moving with very low volatility, I would say. It's very tight price action. Cello, well, I missed this one. I had this setup marked out, but now obviously it's not valid because the fibs are just completely wrong. I don't like that one. Cardano, nope. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. There's no fundamental macro reason for this to be a new bull run. Like there's nothing to back this up. By the way, guys, I would highly recommend you go and check out my channel on YouTube, and you check out the live stream I had with Dirk. So you can find it right here, right? So is this the Bitcoin bottom? I will share the link with you guys in the chat as well, so you can check that one out after live stream, if you will. That's a good one. We discuss that question, right? Is this the start of a new bull run? What do we need to see for this to be the start of a new bull run? And yeah, I agree with you. I don't see that happening anytime soon. I am seeing some short requests. I will add those comments. I will start those comments. So in the streaming platform I use here, I can save certain comments. I'm going to save that one and go back to look at the short request shortly after I've done this walkthrough right here. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice pump right now. We're seeing some good moves, and that's just what trading is all about. You see some opportunities, you see some setups lining up, you take the trades, you exit at TP, you secure the positions, and when it gets invalidated, it gets invalidated. As a trend trader, we only know when there's a trend. We don't know when the trend is it's going to end. So we follow that trend, and when it ends, we get stopped out, and then we look for a new trend. That's it. That's all we can do. And whatever happens around the world, doesn't really matter, right? So ADA here, I do like it. Let's move it up to the first one. Soul. Yeah, I do actually like Soul here because it's above the daily 50 as well. It's got RVN. There's something about this price action I'm not liking. Story, I don't know what's up with this one. Let's remove that one. BAT. Yeah, BAT is interesting because of this, right? Over and over again, keeps testing this resistance. I want to see that move up to this level right here. 45% move. That's what I'm looking for. And if the bull run is in, BAT will absolutely make that run. Not absolutely, but probability is quite high. Sen, look at that. It's interesting. That might be our trade today. Rune, looking very good. I like that. I look at that perfect signal Rune. Absolutely fantastic. CRV, wow. Yeah, that's gone. Still strong. EOS, nah, below the daily 50. CRO, same with that one. Atom, very strong. I'm adding that to the first list. Maker, is this Maker? I don't know. Long signal, but below the daily 50. Cake, looking pretty good because the daily 50 could be used as a TP right here. So we got whatever this is called. Interesting, but let's remove that one. Coty, interesting. Long signal. Let's keep that on. DGB. Matic also pretty good. So DGB, let's move that up to the first list. We move Matic up to the first list as well. Then we have VeChain looking good. ENG looking very strong. FTT also looking quite strong. Uniswap looking decent. IOTX also pretty good. KSM moving that one up. Link moving that one up. All right, so what's the plan here? What's the plan? Which one of these are we going to be traded to today? All right, so with Sand, Cardano. Let's try to move them in order so that the most interesting ones at the top. Soul, Sen. Okay, Rune is interesting. CRV, but not for a trade. But yeah, okay. Atom, interesting. Cake, definitely interesting. DGB, interesting. Matic looks pretty interesting. ENG, FTT. Okay, Link. All right, so Link, Yeah, I like that level right there. Keeps long, right? So a retest of the daily 50 is what we're looking at right here. Let's see if we can get a level in here. So that would be the support level right here. So that would be the entry. We would take stop loss. You know what? I'm probably just going to use 1 TP for this one. So entry would be right here. I'm going to retest here. And TP needs to be probably here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at GRT. Didn't miss it. I have all the comments saved here, so we look at that one. All right, that's a 2-hour trade. So I'm doing this because I want to practice on taking trades. I want to because my system doesn't allow me to take a lot of trades. So I want to practice on taking trades right here. So I'm going to take like a very small risk trade right here. So with the account that I currently have, a 1% trade would be, let's see. So a 1% trade would be. So we can quite easily calculate this, right? So you got, you can see, equity being 12.2. So you do 12.2, depending on what these trades are. So what, yeah, okay. So times 0.01, so that is 1%. And that's going to be 0.5%. It's only $60, right? So 0.25% would be $30. So let's because of the fact that this trade is not, according to the system, really, it's just a random trade I want to take because it looks decent, and if we have more moves to the upside, it's probably going to hit, right? So let's do a 25. Let's just risk $25 for $50 gain. Not a lot of money, but still, it's something, right? So I'm going to add it to the journal as well. It's interesting to see how it plays out. So let's see if we can find link. We got link USD right here. We're going to be buying. It's going to be a limit. So stop loss. By the way, guys, if you want to try PrimeXBT, this is where I trade, crypto and Forex. So it's great because I can have, the same account, trade Forex and crypto on the same account. So check out the link in the description below. Sign up using that link and use the code LiBZ42, and you will get up to a 7K deposit bonus. So we got the limit order, which is going to be right here. And I will just cancel this trade if it hits TP before entry. So that's going to be our entry. Now, what's the price here? 7.23. And what's the price here? 7.232. So it's pretty close. So let's use the same numbers. Limit price. We got stop loss. We got TP. And we have stop loss right here. So how much are we risking? We are risking 25. All right, 24. So you can see right here, I'm only risking about $24 to win around $49. I guess it's something. But I wouldn't want to risk, $100 or $120 on a trade like this one. However, $25, I don't really care. So let's put that in. So we now have So that's the trade, right? It's a quick 2R. See if we get that retest of the level right there. All right, so let's take a look at the request. We got first GRT. Yeah, this I mean it's good, but the entry has already really happened here. If we get a retrace back down to this level right here, that might be a trade. The 0.1 area, that is a 0.18, 0.108 right here. That's an interesting area. So that might be a trade if there's a confirmed bounce, and I would then TP at the last local highs at around 0.12 area. All right, so let's look at DOT. What do we have on DOT? No, so what you do is you can't deposit the bonus money, obviously, because then PrimeXBT would go broke if people just took the 7K deposit bonus and then left. So what you do is you deposit money. So you sign up using that link, and then you use the promo code LiBZ42. You can also use the code LiBZ25 off to get 25 off fees, and then you on your deposit you will get a deposit bonus up to 7K USD. I'm not sure. I believe it's like 7 or 10% bonus of whatever you're depositing or something like that. All right, so what else do we have? DOT. That's right. We're going to look at DOT. And the same thing here. I'm looking for a break in, like a retest of the 4-hour 20 EMA, which is right here on 7.5. And TP would then be the daily 50 EMA. At least that's the first TP. This is not looking like super good, but first TP would be daily 50 EMA. All right. So before I end the live stream, we're going to be looking at Sand, see how that goes. I'm going to be adding an alert here on the first TP as well. So I'll say TP1 hit, move stops to entry. No webhook on that one. Open-ended, not open-ended. Well, it could be open-ended. Could it? Never mind. All right. All right. That's the one. And we're going to go to which one is it? It's the CAD JPY, yeah. CAD JPY, which currently is my only open position in the Forex market, right here. It's looking better. I'm hoping to. So I have an alert right here, and when that alert goes off, I will probably move my stop loss to that one right there, because if price moves like this, well, I want to be out of the trade anyway. So currently, what's my position looking like? I'm about $40 profit on the Sand one. And that's only like the risk on this one is only like $50 because of the fact that I believe Bitcoin is. And you might be asking like, why? How am I able to live trading with only risking $50 and stuff like that? But I do have a private account that I'm trading, which I'm not showing live, right? Because I showing that like. Trading an account live and publicly, it kind of screws with your mental your mental state of mind. So I like, if you ever have a plan of doing that, don't. It's like not recommended. But this account here on PrimeXBT, I've decided to do it all publicly and do the journaling all publicly to kind of show you how it's supposed to be done, right? But you will need much more money than that to make a living trading. But it's just it's if I can make a 5 to 10% monthly gain on this one, it would still be around $1,000. So still, it's something, right? Anyway, so I'm currently in between these two positions. I'm currently $2 in profit. So let's see what happens here. And we're also going to be adding that link trade to the journal later today as well. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoy these live trading sessions. And if you do like this one, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because there's going to be much more of this right here. All right, guys, take care. And exactly, it's all It's all about percentages, right? It's all about percentages. You can trade with a $1,000 account. It doesn't matter. You're not supposed to look at the dollar value. You only supposed to look at the percentage of gains, and then you can start thinking about what happens when you increase the amount of capital in the account. So it doesn't really matter the account capital. All that matters is risk management and thinking in terms of percentages and risk to reward ratio, and not dollar value. All right, guys, take care and see you guys in the next one. And don't forget to sign up to the newsletter. Go to my Twitter profile, sign up to the newsletter. I will send out the first one today. And in that newsletter, probably in the next newsletter, you're going to get some information on what I'm building and how to get access to it in the future. All right, guys, take care. And thank you all for joining.